And we are live officially with
We
the
are.
10-second delay.
Awesome. Am I little or are we the same
Nope,
size?
you're normal.
That's on my end then. Michael, good to see you.
Good to see you.
I have some bad news, Michael.
Okay, what's that?
I thought I was going to Stampex, but I booked my trip to London on the wrong weekend.
Right.
I'm just kidding. I was in London last weekend, but unfortunately, or fortunately, I've got an auction these next couple of days, and you've got a lot going on in the office, so we couldn't make it to this Stampex. I saw that Graham is there.
Yes.
Thought that might be the chance to have met Graham finally in person, even though he lives right across the river from me. I thought we might have to fly thousands of miles to meet one another.
It's usually how it works.
It's usually how it works, exactly. But I'm jealous of everyone who gets to be there. I've been seeing tons of pictures on Instagram, on Twitter. A lot of people we've spoken to. I saw George James. I saw Stanza. I saw like all of our guests are currently there, and very, very disappointed that we can't be there, but we do get to vicariously experience Stampex.
Yes. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So we are going to be talking to Isobel, Klempka, and Suzanne Ray of the PTS, Philatelic Trader Society, and they're going to run us through live Stampex, the floor. I assume the exhibits. They said we might get to talk to some of the people there at the show. They were here a second ago while we were doing the introduction. They're not here anymore.
And they left.
They'll be back in a second.
We hope so. Because there's a couple of things I really want to talk about. There was something I texted you about the other day that I really want to bring up with them, because I think it's one of the best ideas for a show that I've seen in some time. And I follow this stuff closer than I care to admit. And I'm very impressed with this idea that they had. So I won't spoil that until we bring Isobel and
all right. Well, they are here, so let's bring them on in.
Fantastic.
Hi.
Hi, how are you doing? So we're live from the show. I'm hoping you can hear me.
Yeah, absolutely. Perfect. Looks perfect.
So we are here at the, this is the welcome desk.
Nice.
That wasn't staged at all. So what I thought we'd do is we'd walk you around the show. Does that sound like a good idea? I know you're not.
Fantastic.
It sounds perfect.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, hopefully I will be able to turn my camera around so I can show you what's actually happening.
You're doing better than Michael and I usually do when we try stuff like this. So
yeah.
So I'm literally at the front desk. So this is our welcome desk. So this is where people are coming into the show. I don't know if you've been to Stampex before, but we made some quite big changes. Normally the Village Green, where this is called, is where our dealers are based. But we changed things around. So at this show, let me just start showing you. We've got our welcome desk here. So this is where people will check in. Obviously, we've got our branding here, so you can buy your Smiler sheets, grab your PTS handbook, and we've got our proudly sponsored by Spink, who are very kindly sponsoring the show. And then we also have our exhibits here. So these are all the competitive exhibits and frames.
Wow.
Here and here. Oh, I can see Suzanne's coming to join us. So we've just started.
Hi.
So we're going
Hi, Michael.
How's it going so far?
She won't be able to hear. Hold on.
Hey, Michael, how are you doing? Welcome to Stampex.
Great. Thank you.
So we're just going to do a show walk. Do you want to join us?
Yes. Shall I give you this?
We'll take this out.
Yeah,
hopefully you'll be able to hear us.
Is it just yourself, Michael? Is Charles?
Oh, can you see?
I'm here as well.
Can you see Charles too?
Oh no, it's just because of that. Okay. Hi, Charles. Sorry, I can't see you, but I see you there.
There we go.
Hi, Charles.
Do you want to put the headphones in? I don't know if I can hear them.
Yeah, no, it's okay. Yeah, it's fine. So we're just walking around. Is that what you guys want to see?
Yeah. So basically, I was just giving them an overview of the show, what's happening, what's going on, so we've just done the welcome desk and the exhibits, and I thought we'd just go up and see some of the stand holders and just have a chat with a couple of people.
Great.
Perfect. So hopefully, So we're just going to go up to show you sort of like what's happening on upstairs. So this is the mezzanine. So we've moved all our dealers and auction houses up here now, and it's working really well. The first day's been really, really buzzy. It's the end of the day today, so it's a lot quieter, which is excellent. So it means that we can do stuff like this, randomly walk around with an iPhone. So I have prepared people that we're going to come up to their stands, but obviously we are live, so we just need to make sure that they, we wave at them.
Know
and
that.
Like that. So we're going to go over to our show sponsor first. This is Spink. They have. Can they see? No, they can't. They can see us. Good point. There. So this is Spink. So this is
That's gorgeous.
the Anne Carrington display that they've got on their stand. So it's looking really, really cool. Anne Carrington is a really amazing artist. She's designed lots of different things for royalty, various different celebrations, and she uses, like, for instance, these things are made out of teaspoons. This is coins, and obviously she's got the big penny blacks made out of buttons. So this has been on display and for sale at Spink at the moment. And then if we go over to their, they're quite busy on their stands, so we might just have to wave at them.
Wow, this is fantastic. It's a huge space.
Hi.
Welcome to the stand.
Thanks, Josh.
As you can see, we're promoting all our sales. Promoting our sales, we've got the Alan Polio collection. Going to be a very exciting sale.
Excellent.
Tune in on Spink Live and enjoy your tour of
Is that Chris Green?
Thanks, Josh.
Thank you. Yeah, I think I saw Chris Green in the background there. Fantastic. That's a huge space. How many exhibits are there?
We're just going to try and listen to what you guys are saying. Sorry, it's so loud in here.
We can't hear you.
How many exhibits are there?
There is
that's perfect.
Perfect. Right, great stuff. There's about 70 people, 70 dealers and exhibitions at the show. 70 dealers and auction houses at the show. And then we've got society meetings, which will be happening on Saturday. And then exhibits wise, the competitive exhibits, we've got about 250 frames here.
Wow.
And then we've got other areas as well. So we'll take you now to the other bits. So we, Suzanne, we redesigned the whole show, so the format's slightly different, and we've got a beautiful auditorium at the back, and we've got a collector's lounge, and we've got a digital zone as well, so we can walk through those. And the Museum of Philately is here, so it's all very engaging. There's lots and lots happening. It's a full schedule. So it was a paid-for day today. So everyone bought passes to the show today, which has worked really well. We haven't done that before. And then for the next 3 days, it's free. So any of your UK or European listeners who want to pop over, it's free to get into for the next 3 days, and you can pre-register if you want online, which is stampexinternational.com. But we thought we'd take you to just see some of the other areas. So
it's a bright light this evening.
It's very bright. So actually the building is really, really beautiful. If I turn around, it's really amazing. Like, it's just absolutely beautiful. Yeah, it's huge. So we've actually only got like a fraction of it. Sorry, this is hilarious. So we're coming up now to our digital zone. This was about bringing the online, sort of the physical to the online together. There's a really great quote here from Suzanne, so you might want to actually just say the quote.
Well, I guess the other thing to say is that a lot of this concept that we've tried to develop for the show is still constrained by where we are with COVID. So the digital zone was going to be touch screens, but then we were having to look at little protective finger gloves and lots of cleaning. So it is still a flat lay, but it is that idea of like the digital and the physical philatelic worlds kind of seamlessly coming together. And in particular, this digital zone is celebrating all the incredible things that we've done with the PTS and Stampex, but also that some of our members have been doing. And I think we have conversations with philatelists also celebrated on the wall. Is this another fantastic thing that's been going on over the last 12 months? So there you guys are, awards winners.
And the zone is really kindly sponsored by Delcamp as well, so it's quite a big area actually. Sorry.
Yeah, shall we walk around it? Yeah.
Yeah.
And what we're trying to do here is, and some of this is going to be available on Stampex online as well, but we're trying to, just get some conversation going as well about, things like crypto stamps and how people feel about online exhibiting. I know that these are conversations that you guys are having and lots of people are having in the hobby, but just sort of using this interactive board is another way of getting the forums talking, and getting people to interact in different ways. In the way that philately is kind of evolving over the last 12 months, really, isn't it? Yeah.
We'll just give you a quick look at sort of like towards the back of the hall. We've got the collectors lounge here. It was really, really buzzy earlier. As I said before, we are closing very, very soon.
Yeah.
Very kindly sponsored by Bill Barrel. This is about coming together, meeting people. We've got various different things happening in here. For instance, the Postal Museum did a meet the creator session earlier on today. We had eBay give an online session earlier on this morning. We've got London 2022 doing sort of like what's happening at the show, and we've got various different other things. We've got an expertising event. We've got post crossings on Friday. We've got
another kind of digital and physical thing kind of coming together, isn't it? So that's celebrating that.
World Postcard Day on Friday. So the 1st of October is World Postcard Day, if you didn't know. It's one for your diaries. And we are holding a Post Crossers meetup. So that will mean that we'll have about 30 Post Crossers, probably more, come down. They'll all get together. The Postal Museum are doing a presentation or a talk on the history of the postcard. So it's 151st anniversary of the Great British Postcard. So they'll be doing that. Post Crossers will come together and do lots of writing. Peter Coburn, who is the president of the RPSL, he's doing a little mini overview on his postcard collection, which is on display as well. So lots and lots of things happening. Yeah. We can go and have a chat with the guys at the Museum of Philately if you want to say a quick hello.
We love Marcus and Dublin.
So there's a lot of this is a lot of this. I keep on bumping into people. Is sort of just again sort of getting that what I sort of phrase is putting the X back into Stampex and all those experiential elements as well. So here we are at the MOP Museum.
Here we are.
Is it the lads?
It's the lads, yeah.
Hi lads. Yeah, we're here with bells on.
So what's happening at the Museum of Philately?
We're bringing a bit of the virtual world into the physical realm as well. As you all know, it's a digital platform, and we're here in the flesh.
Yeah.
Exactly. And we've had a good day, actually. It might seem to have been very quiet, but it's been very active. We've had a lot of interesting people, and we've met people that we wanted to talk to for months, and we're all getting back together. So it's great. We've got some people signed up, and there's going to be a lot of new stuff on the museum in the coming months. So we're excited.
Fantastic. And I guess if people, because obviously we're a CWP, so if people can't physically be in London, they can still go on to the Museum of Philately and join up and follow you guys on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook.
And we just launched the Rolling Medal exclusively at Stampex.
Oh, fantastic.
The best collection of the museum. The first medal that we held at
Monocleville 2022.
Yep. And this is an old medal which we're going to use as a prototype for the medal going forward. This is, of course, Roland Hill's lovely mug.
Lovely.
Amazing. How exciting. Really exciting.
Yeah, we are excited. And I'm sure the winner is going to be excited.
Yeah, exactly.
Champagne and Monaco.
Champagne and Monaco. Amazing. Let's do it.
Great.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Good to see you.
That's great. So I didn't know they were working towards actually awarding people for these collections.
Yeah, I think it's just it's obviously just a different concept to get more people to celebrate what the collections are on the website, and I think it's it's a brilliant thing that they're doing. So it's great. It's great. It's also great that they're doing it in Monaco. Amazing.
Yeah.
And they're hosting a session, aren't they, about looking at kind of digital exhibiting. I know again we've had various discussions on it, but it's just another opportunity to bring the big names together at Stampex and talk face to face. about what that might look like and how we can all work together to achieve that.
On Friday morning, they are hosting it. So it's a round table to sort of like chat about the virtual exhibiting world. On Friday afternoon as well, they've been doing this series actually with called Adventures in Philately. It's been an online series, and they're bringing that to life. So there's with Matt Hill from All About
Another of our
Stamps, who I
friends.
think you've actually talked about.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Can I ask you guys about something that I saw online that I thought was a brilliant idea?
Yep.
I feel like at stamp shows in the US, at least, there's usually a kids corner or a kids area where they sort of segregate the children. And I don't know, it always seems to me like it doesn't necessarily feel inclusive or like they're a part of the hobby at large. I saw that the PTS is giving out 20-pound vouchers, I believe, to the first 10 or so under 18s who come to the show. And those vouchers can be spent at anyone's booth, which I thought was a brilliant idea. Because if you're 10 or 12 years old, 20 pounds is a lot of money. And it allows you to actually participate in the trade. You're not digging through a bucket of free used stamps. It allows you to really participate. Just, you see adults, you see the most advanced collectors exchanging money at a booth. Can you talk a little bit about that initiative? Because I thought that was just fantastic and wonderful.
It's a Stampex active initiative, isn't it? Here at Stampex. So Stamp Active, a lot of our PTS members are actually patrons of Stamp Active. But it's exactly what you're saying. It's like behaviorally, whether you're 6 years old or 16 years old, within that group of what we would term youth philately, it's inclusion. It's getting people walking about and feeling like they're part of it. And of course, we've got little signs up around the stand holders saying, we welcome the vouchers here. So again, it's sort of like making it very friendly and so the dealers are approachable. They know that the kids can go to those stands. We want to get more kids, more young people in. I think that's one of the reasons why we've now positioned the youth zone right next to the collectors lounge where we'll have the post crossing, because we sometimes do say the youth zone is for kids, but actually we do need to make sure our teenagers and young people are also feeling part of the journey we're going through. And so again, they'll sort of be sitting next to each other on the tables, which I think is really good as well.
And I think that'll make it feel like a level playing field. Again, the kids aren't sort of relegated to the corner anymore. They're as much a part of the hobby and as much a part of the show as anyone.
Absolutely. And we normally at Stampex just let people come in, and this time because of COVID we've got registration systems, booking systems, and it's been really interesting to see the tickets being booked, because on the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, which for people is working day, for many of our collectors they're okay to come on a Wednesday to Friday, but we can see tickets of 1 and 2s happening on the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, but on the Saturday we can see tickets of like 4s and 5s, which is families. So
awesome.
It's just great to sort of see. I can't wait, because I can see that it might be 5 people from a stamp society, but because there's so many people doing that kind of numbers, we've had another couple of youth organizations as well saying they're going to come up. So it's just slowly building up that presence, and then of course with the online element and this and other things that we're going to be doing online throughout October, hoping to get some more of those teens as well getting exposed to the brand and seeing that it's a great place to be, and maybe they'll come and visit us next year.
We've also been, so our schedule for Saturday is sort of like more fun as such. So we've got at 1 o'clock on Saturday, we've got learn how to become an auctioneer. So it's an actual auctioneer. Should I host that? So it's actually, an actual auctioneer teaching others how to become an auctioneer. And then what we're doing is they will have actual pieces that then those auctioneers who've just learned how to become an auctioneer will then be able to auction off, and the crowd will buy them, and that money will go to charity. So it's a really fun thing to do. Very, very engaging.
Amazing.
Totally different to anything that we've done before. And then during the afternoon, we also have a kids auction. So those kids basically can actually bid on things with like fake money essentially. So they actually attend a real life auction and bid on things, and they get the thing that they bid for, which is fun as well. So there's quite a few things that are going on that, on the Saturday to sort of like have a different feel, to make the show just have a different
That's incredible.
And it's our kind of PTS members as well. Well, you guys are both PTS members, but the PTS members also are donating things so that there's like a penny black from Mulready that's part of that auction for the kids to. I'm wondering whether they should do it via Apple Pay bidding or something instead. Easy Live sale room or easyliveauction.co.uk bidding. They could get all the iPads out, but yeah,
oh my God, we should do that.
Yeah, we should do that next time. Okay, you've given us an idea. Another idea.
That's incredible because young people don't really, especially of that age, don't really get to participate in auctions. And there's this barrier there, and it can be scary, but to have kind of a mock or like an actual auction where they can participate and feel welcome in it, that's incredible to get them started at an early age.
If you get them hooked young, that'll ensure that Michael and I will have jobs for the foreseeable
and ensure that we've got succession planning for us to hand over to as well, because that's the thing, is they might learn to be an auctioneer but actually decide that they want to get involved in trading or dealing stamps, and we're seeing more and more young people coming into the trade, or at least in the PTS we've got more and more young members and more diverse members, and it's just another chance for us to expose the trade and the hobby to young people, and maybe they'll get the bug and decide to be one of us.
That's incredible.
Fantastic.
That's really
Watch out,
fantastic.
Charles. They'll learn how to be an auctioneer. Oh dear. So little things that there's a lot happening. So thank you to Isobel for basically doing all of these crazy concepts. We come up with the ideas, and then we're like, Isobel, can you go and do it? And she works incredibly hard at making it happen. So it's a different world we're living in now, and we've just got to keep pushing the boundaries, keep being bold, keep being creative, innovative. Hopefully the Stampex brand is seen to be that. And then the online stuff, virtual Stampex was such a great success. Whilst we're not doing the same platform this time over October, anyone wanting to join our online activities, there'll be sort of more conversations going on there, and the ability to watch talks back and still feel like they're part of it.
We've actually had a lot of people. So today we've filmed all the talks. We've actually live streamed them using Zoom. I mean, Zoom is brilliant. And we've had quite a few people. So about 10 people at one point were streamed into the talks. We only sent that was one of the first talks of the day. And, we only sent the sort of like online access out this morning. So it's a really good, indication that is what people want. And then what we've been doing is, interact, because obviously Zoom is brilliant. You can just sort of like chat and ask them, allow them to ask anything. So they've also been within the room as such with us, almost having the same experience within the Spink Auditorium as they would have had if they were here. So I think it's just been really good. And obviously, as Suzanne mentioned, those videos are all going to be online on the website, which is behind the which is part of our Stampex pass. So if you buy a Stampex pass, it's just £5, and anyone anywhere can get hold of that pass, and then you can watch all these talks back, or you can join us live over the next few days, and there'll be other content that's coming. So it's quite an exciting thing. I think there's loads going on. There's also like Q&As and stuff, so you can have your say about things like virtual exhibiting and crypto stamps.
That's perfect. That's great. We had wondered how you guys would blend the virtual and the physical, and it looks like it's going really well.
3 months ago, how are we going to do this? But and all ideas. So if people are watching this, or if people are watching on the online talks, we just welcome all ideas, all feedback, because we just want to keep delivering for the collectors and doing new things. No idea is a bad idea at the moment, and we'll try stuff. If it doesn't work, we won't do it again. If it does work, we'll keep building on it, and make sure that community-led approach is part of the strategy.
Perfect. This has been great. Thank you guys for showing us.
No problem. So nice to have you.
Thank you so much.
And we'd love to do a maybe next week or the week after a wrap up to hear. I want to hear about Saturday. I want to hear if there were families and how the auctions went and everything. So let's do a wrap up in a little bit once you guys have had time to catch your breath. If you wouldn't mind, we'd love to have you both back.
Amazing.
On.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah, that would be amazing. Thank you guys. Thanks so much.
Nice to
and we'll see you soon in real life.
Have a great show.
We'll see you in the 2022 show for sure.
Absolutely. Okay.
Enjoy the rest of the week.
Thank you. Bye now.
Bye. Well, that was great. They're doing a ton of awesome stuff there.
I was trying to
that was a
convince
lot of fun.
myself that I wasn't that disappointed I couldn't beat Stampex. and it's just fooling myself. So if I didn't have an auction starting tomorrow, I would be there.
Mm-hmm. No, those ideas that they've come up with and are initiating are just incredible. They're things we've never heard of before, and
they're the sorts of ideas that
needed.
seem so obvious in retrospect.
Yes.
But nobody, I didn't think of them, so they're obviously not that apparent. But I can't wait to hear how it goes. And again, let's touch base afterwards and maybe hear some numbers. What participation was like versus normal Stampex here. What digital resources are available? Let's continue the conversation with Isobel and Suzanne.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you guys so much for listening, watching. I'll put a link to Stampex in the description. So if anybody who watches this after the fact wants to join in digitally or goes there, I'll put links to all that in the description now. So anyone listening, we're on Google Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, all the podcast places, YouTube. Tweet us, Michael J. Court, Charles L. Epting.
Thank you.
This
is a lot of fun. The rare midweek, midday live stream. I like it.
Yeah, something a bit different, but it was awesome to get to talk to these guys.
Absolutely. And let's do it again.